What it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome to the Cheat True Podcast with your boy Justin J.Will, whatever you want to call me. Hope everybody's doing well, doing great, doing just fine on this Friday afternoon, Friday evening, whenever you may be listening to this, whatever day you may be listening to this. I appreciate you for dropping in, checking in on your boy, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and you rocking with the Cheat True, man. So I'm doing okay. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Nothing else really left to be said there, man. Just cooling. Weekend. Actually took Friday off. So actually took Friday off, and I'm taking next Tuesday off. So I got a nice little long weekend. And trust me, when I tell you guys that I need it, I truly mean that I need it. I need it, and I deserve it. So decided to take a couple days off, man. Nothing wrong with taking a little break, man. Nothing wrong with taking a break. I always tell you guys that, hey, tired, take a break. Not really feeling up to it, take a break. So that's what I'm doing as far as work-wise, I guess. But I'm here for you guys on the Cheat Truth, and today I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet, keep it nice and simple. We're gonna talk about some college football. So got a few matchups that I'm interested in. Got Alabama, Louisville. Got LSU and Miami going down in Jerry's World. Got Virginia Tech and Florida State. Got Michigan and Notre Dame. Jim Harbaugh. Got some people saying that this is a must-win for Jim Harbaugh. He needs to win this game. So we'll get into some of those games. But before I get into all that, I just want to say something real fast because I noticed something on Twitter. So first of all, we all know that the internet is unforgiving, right? The internet does not care. I mean, we see it all the time in the comment section and whatnot. People making fun of people with disabilities, making fun of disabled people, people who may not have the best things. They may be poor. That the internet doesn't care. Now, a lot of times they're trolls. That they're just some guy or some kid, some 12-year-old kid, who just learned how to cuss yesterday, and just wants to call somebody the N-word and just rattle off any cuss word that they can think of and any mean comment that they can think of. So that's what it is a lot of times. A lot of trolls. But you do just have like some genuinely mean people in the world. And a lot of racist people in the world. I mean, you really have some really racist people in the world. That's another thing that the internet has taught me. Like, there's a lot of y'all out there. Y'all know who y'all is. Okay? That's right. I didn't say y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all is. All you white supremacists out there. Now y'all racist. Man, I mean, y'all just don't care. But anyway, I'm getting off what I wanted to talk about. But yeah, so on Twitter, the WNBA season is currently going on. I think it's still going on. And no disrespect to my ladies, no disrespect to the WNBA, but I mean, nobody watches it. Nobody watches it. And we all know that nobody watches it. And that's why they don't make as much as the NBA players, because nobody watches it. They don't have the attendance that NBA games have. They don't sell tickets. They don't sell the merchandise that NBA players sell. They don't move the needle like a Kevin Durant, like a Kobe Bryant did, or like a LeBron James, somebody like that, Steph Curry. They don't move the needle like that. So they don't make as much. Matter of fact, I think I read somewhere like the highest paid WNBA player, like their salary is like $100,000 or something. And that's like the highest WNBA player. A lot of those girls, a lot of those women, I'm sorry for all you feminists out there. A lot of those women, they actually play overseas in the off season where they make more money. So they don't just play in the WNBA and just say screw it and have a nice little off season chill with fans. No, they actually have to go somewhere else to get money. They have to go to another league to make more money. So, the WNBA, it's the butt of a lot of jokes. It's the butt of a lot of jokes. And I see that on Twitter. Like one time, like I saw somebody say, and this was funny. He was like, would you rather find a $20 bill on the ground or your local WNBA team win a championship? And the poll was literally it was 80 to 20 people who would want to find a $20 bill instead of have the local WNBA team win a championship. So that was just funny to me. That was funny to me. People really go in on the WNBA. I mean, because they've been outspoken. Like Brittany Griner, she's spoken out about the salaries and saying they don't make bleep. What's her name? Skylar Diggins. She's spoken out. A lot of them, they're speaking out about it. They've been speaking out about it because they feel like, man, there are some very trash players in the NBA making a lot of money. Why can't we make something like that? So they feel like they're not getting their due. But man, at the end of the day, nobody really watches it. I mean, seriously, I don't even know when was the last time you just sat down and watched the WNBA game? That doesn't mean that they're not talented. That doesn't mean that they're not good. It's just that they don't move the needle. At the end of the day, it's about moving the needle. LSU and Miami is going to move the needle this weekend. Dallas versus Philadelphia moves the needle. Golden State versus the Lakers this year is going to move the needle. LeBron versus Kevin Durant. Okay, LeBron in LA, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Draymond Green playing against LeBron in purple and gold now. That type of stuff moves the needle. I don't know if anybody is interested in watching, what's her name? Is it Diana Taurasi? Diana Taurasi versus Skylar Diggins. They said, I just don't think that people are enamored by that. That's not going to move the needle. Nobody really cares. Once again, no disrespect, because I can hear y'all feminists out there right now. No disrespect, not saying they're not good, but at the end of the day, man, it's a supply and demand thing. It's just they just don't move the needle. They don't make as much money as the NBA players because they're just not in demand like the NBA players. But at the end of the day, people probably should. I think y'all should just chill out a little bit, man, on WNBA, because y'all be going hard on them. I ain't gonna lie, y'all really be going hard on WNBA, like with the jokes, like for real. Like y'all really go in on them whenever they try to speak up and say that they deserve more money. Y'all go in. That poll was just really funny to me. I was laughing my ass off at them. So man, get off the ladies, man. Get off the WNBA. Get off. Leave them alone. They ain't hurt nobody. So let's get into NCAA football, man. Football is back, baby. Yes, indeed. I don't know about y'all, but I've been waiting very patiently, and it's finally here. Saturday afternoons, Saturday evenings will never be the same again. I'm ready for it, man. Football is back, baby. Good old college football. So this weekend features a lot of matchups, but it's only a few that I'm really focused on. LSU and Miami, Alabama, Louisville, Michigan, Notre Dame. Also, you got Washington and Auburn going down in Atlanta. Man, it's going down this weekend. Real talk, man. And I am here for it, and I'm ready. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready, man. I am so ready. Football is back, baby. So let's talk about a few of these games, man. Let's start off with Alabama and Louisville. So Alabama is a big ass favorite in this game. Like Alabama's favored by 24.5 points. That is a large spread. I mean, Louisville, they're now obviously they've lost some talent. They lost Lamar Jackson. I mean, that's enough, right? I mean, he was just a dynamic player at Louisville and Heisman Trophy winner and all that, playmaker extraordinaire. And they've lost some pieces on defense. You know what I'm saying? Jareer Alexander and some more people. But, I mean, damn, 24.5 points at Louisville. I mean, they are in a Power 5 conference. I mean, it's not like it's Alabama versus Vanderbilt. Somebody like that. I mean, 24.5 points. That's a lot of damn points. But Alabama and Louisville, man. So that'll be the primetime game on Saturday. And I can't wait to watch it. Do I believe that Alabama will win by 24.5 points? I don't think so. I mean, Bobby Petrino is a really good coach. Like, people like to talk about Bobby Petrino because he had a little incident, cheating on his wife or whatever it was. He was on the bike, got caught on the bike, had an accident, and basically leaving the Atlanta Falcons high and dry. But Bobby Petrino is a damn good coach. He succeeds at every stop. I mean, you saw what he did with the Arkansas teams with Ryan Mallett and those guys. I mean, and you see what he did with Louisville. Like, he's not a bad coach at all. He's a really good coach. So he'll have those guys ready. Now, Alabama has yet to start. My bad. Alabama has yet to name a starting quarterback. But, hey, I think that it'll be Tua Tagovailoa because Tua Tagovailoa is not a trash can. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're not a trash can, you are better than Jalen Hurts. So you could be a computer monitor, you could be the knot on the log, you could be the curtains, you could be the steering wheel. As long as you're not a trash can, you're better than Jalen Hurts. So I fully expect Tua Tagovailoa to start this game. And I don't know, Nick Saban, who knows? Maybe he pulled something crazy like playing both of them. Maybe Jalen Hurts has some plays. Maybe Tua Tagovailoa has some plays. Maybe one of them starts in the first half and the other one starts in the second half. I don't know. But I believe that Jalen Hurts will sit this game. He won't be the starter. And Tua will start the game. I think he'll start the game. So 24.5 points. If I was a betting man, which I don't bet college football. I don't know. Maybe I will. I haven't really betted college football. I usually stick to the NFL. But if I was betting this game, I would take Louisville plus 24.5. That's a big ass line. I mean, that is a big ass spread, man. Like 24.5 points. That's that's like Alabama versus UAB or something, or Florida International, something like that. Now, I understand Louisville lost the quarterback. That's a big ass loss. I mean, losing Lamar Jackson, they're gonna lose a lot of production. Okay, they're losing a lot of production, and they're running some guy here. This is his first start, so he's basically a rookie quarterback, and that doesn't bode well. As far as starting a rookie quarterback against a Nick Saban defense. So the stars are aligning for a blowout just by that alone. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that Bobby Petrino will coach him up and he will have his team ready, despite them losing some defensive talent. Like I said, they lost Jareer Alexander. I think that Bobby Petrino will have those guys in a good position to where they won't get beat by 24.5 points. You know what I'm saying? But they won't get beat by 25, basically. So if I'm betting, I'm taking Louisville plus 24.5. I don't think Louisville will go out like that. And Alabama, You know, I mean, they have some talent on offense. That's for sure. They have some talent on offense. And I like Tua Tagovailoa. I like him a lot. Now, I didn't like him against my team, Georgia, last year. I don't know why he had to be good against them. And that damn loss will still stay with me. It will stay with me for the rest of my life. But I actually like him. Well, I mean, he is in that Russell Wilson mode. Like, he makes plays. He can run around. He has a hell of an arm. I mean, that dude can straight sling it. He can throw the ball. For real. He's no Jalen Hurts. He's no trash can. He is definitely not a trash can. So, I mean, but I still like Louisville plus 24.5. Now, Alabama's going to win. I'm not picking Louisville for the upset, but Alabama's going to win. But that's a big-ass spread, man. That is big, 24.5. That's a lot of damn points. So, I'm taking Louisville. If anything, just because I think that Bobby Petrino is a good coach, and I don't think he gets enough respect. So I got Louisville 24.5, but Alabama's gonna beat them. But it should be a decent game. I mean, like I said, a primetime game. Football's back, baby, and I'm here for it. So LSU and Miami. So this game here is taking place in Jerry's World. out there in Texas, riding in the Lexus. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's one thing that's definitely on my bucket list. I want to go. I want to go to Jerry's World. I want to see that damn stadium because it looks so damn good. I mean, obviously it costs a S-load of money, but it just looks like it's a hell of an experience just to go and just to see it, just to be inside and to see that big ass screen, just the stadium, just the aura around it. You know, the Cowboys being even though they haven't really been that successful lately. I mean, it's one of the most, it's a historical franchise, and they have a lot of fans, and they generate a lot of money. So I would love to go down there and see that stadium. But yeah, LSU and Miami. This game is actually on Sunday night, and Miami is a 3.5 point favorite against LSU. Now, I actually like LSU to win this game. At worst, if you're betting, I would take LSU plus 3.5. I don't know, man. I'm just not a big believer in Miami yet. I'm just not a big believer in them yet. I mean, you look at what they did last year. I mean, that was all good. But you look at their last 3 games. They lost their last 3 games. I mean, they lost against Pitt. They didn't have any business losing against Pitt. Pitt finished the season like 5-7. They had no business losing that damn game. No business whatsoever losing that game. And I watched that game, and the quarterback did not play good at all. He didn't play good, which prompted the coach to actually sub him out one time for a drive, and that didn't pay off. But they had no business losing that game. And then Clemson blew them out 38-3, and Wisconsin beat them 34-24. So they didn't finish off on a high note last year. Now, I understand that that's last year, but it almost seems like once they started going up against some really good teams. Now, Pitt's not a very good team, but the Clemson and Wisconsins of the world, I mean, those are really good teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are, they have NFL talent. They're going to put NFL guys into the league. So they didn't do very well against them. And I'm not a big fan of Miami's quarterback. I'm not a big fan of him. I don't think he's not going to air it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna win any shootouts. That's for damn sure. He's definitely not gonna do that. I mean, Miami won with their defense. They had the turnover chain, and man, that's what they were so famous for last year. And who's gonna get the turnover chain? Who's gonna get awarded the turnover chain? So I like LSU to win this game, man, because I like LSU's personnel. Now, I don't know who this is that they have starting at quarterback. Um, I don't even know who he is for real. I mean, who is this? Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. Apparently he's a graduate transfer from Ohio State. He was a top 10 prospect back in 2015, number 9 dual threat quarterback in 2015, according to the ESPN 300. He's played in 10 games, 287 pass yards, 2 touchdowns, 53 rush yards, and a TD. So, I mean, this isn't necessarily this isn't Deshaun Watson or anybody like that. So, I mean, I don't know who this guy is. But I like LSU's defense. I think that this just seems like the type of game that Mark Richt would lose. I mean, it just seems like this is just the game that he would lose. Miami's ranked number 8. LSU's ranked number 25. 25th ranked team in the country. This just seems like the type of game that Mark Richt would lose. And LSU, I like some of the personnel on defense. I like Greedy Williams, which is a perfect name for a cornerback. Greedy. I like Greedy Williams, man. He's in the mold of those LSU cornerbacks. You know, LSU puts a lot of talent into the NFL, and they produce some very good players on defense and cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? The cornerback position to be specific. I mean, Patrick Peterson, Morris Claiborne, Tre'Davious White, Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. So those guys always produce pretty good talent at defensive back. And Greedy Williams is next up in line. Now, I understand he's just one person. But I think that LSU will overwhelm Miami. And their quarterback is not that good. So I like LSU to win this game, man. I like them to cover. I like them to cover this game. So if you're betting, I take LSU. Let's see here. What else we got here? Alabama, LSU, Miami, Alabama, Louisville, Michigan, Notre Dame. Now that's another interesting one. So Michigan comes into this game. You know, Jim Harbaugh. There's been a lot of talk about Jim Harbaugh, and a lot of alumni, a lot of people are questioning him and wondering if he can really get it done. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that he can't get it done, period. It's just that people feel like he can't get it done against very good teams or against the teams that alumni and that fans think he should be getting it done against, which is Ohio State and Michigan State. They're rivals. You know, in Jim Harbaugh's tenure there, he's 1-5 against Ohio State and Michigan State. Has a losing record against those guys. Now, if you guys are in tune with college football, then you know Michigan State, that game a couple years ago, they were one punt away from beating Michigan State. And somehow, some way, Michigan's punter mishandled the ball, mishandled the snap, and Michigan State ran it in for a touchdown, won the game. Which is like some of the, I mean, I still, whenever I see that, whenever I watch that highlight, I'm like, that hurts me. And I'm not even a Michigan fan. Like, that's pretty hard to watch, see a team lose like that. And just to see the pain in their eyes and to see the agony. Because they had that game won. And to lose like that, a self-inflicted wound, that's crazy. But, yeah, man, Jim Harbaugh. I mean, you got some people, got Colin Cowherd saying, man, you know, even though I'm a defender of Jim Harbaugh, which I don't blame him for being, he's like, man, you know, Jim Harbaugh kind of got to win this game against Notre Dame. This is a big game. And he has a better quarterback, you know, this year than Shea Patterson. Now, I'm not that big a fan of Shea Patterson. I honestly don't see how in the hell he's in these mock drafts and he's going. I mean, you got some people saying he should go first overall. First round, I don't see it. I don't see it in Shea Patterson. But he's better than what Jim Harbaugh has been working with. He's better than those guys. So, and plus Jim Harbaugh can coach him up. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like he coached Kaepernick up. He can coach him up. He'll be able to get the best out of Shea Patterson. Now, Shea Patterson has more talent than the previous guys he was working with. What's his name? Jake O'Corn. And, I forgot the dude's name. Spates. So, if you look at it, it's like, damn, you don't really have an excuse this year. Because you got a quarterback with some talent now. You know what I'm saying? And he still has the defense that he had from last year, which they gave up 271 yards per game last year, returning 9 starters. So he's basically returning the whole defense that gave up 271 yards per game last year. So you look at it, you really don't have any excuses this year. Doesn't mean you're going to win the championship, but you need to beat Notre Dame. And Ohio State's going through what they're going through with Urban Meyer. Now, he'll be back after 3 games. But, I mean, I don't know. Will Ohio State be behind the 8 ball those 3 games? I don't know. Will they end up losing 1 or 2? I doubt it. But who knows? Maybe that's just a bad start to the season. Maybe the whole thing with Urban Meyer, maybe that puts a black cloud over the season, and this is the time where you can strike. You know what I'm saying? Strike while the iron's hot. While Ohio State's going through what they're going through. And you should beat them. I mean, you gotta win. You gotta win those games, man. I mean, Michigan State, Ohio State, those are very important games. And they're paying you a lot of money. You gotta win those games. You got to. And at the end of the day, it's a bottom line society. What's the bottom line? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And Jim Harbaugh has a losing record against those guys. And so he needs to turn that around. But I like him in this game against Notre Dame. Let me see what the spread is here. So Notre Dame is a 1-point favorite. So I'm obviously picking Michigan. I'm picking Michigan to win against Notre Dame. I think that this is the year that Jim Harbaugh gets over the hump. I think that this is the year. I mean, he has Shea Patterson who can make plays. And I think that he can coach him up and make him play better than he actually is. So I like Michigan in that game, man. So yeah, this weekend, hey, I can't wait. I cannot wait, man. I mean, I didn't even talk about, Florida State and Virginia Tech on Monday night. You got Auburn and Washington. I'm interested to watch that game. Washington did what they did last year. Auburn did what they did last year. Some high expectations. They're actually playing in Atlanta. So it's really a home game for Auburn. So I expect Auburn to win that game. And, it's going to be hard for Washington to come way down here and beat Auburn in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're not playing in Alabama, it's basically a home game for Auburn, if you ask me. So I got Auburn winning that game. But yeah, man, college football is back. The NFL regular season is right around the corner. They can get finished with these nothing terrible 4th preseason games. Hey man, I'm ready. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready. Hopefully you just as ready as I am. So, anyway, man, that's it for the T-Truth today. Told y'all it was going to be short and sweet. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Be safe out there. I'm going to say it once again. Be safe out there. Keep your wits about you. Be on your P's and Q's. And I will talk to you next week. Peace.